And it is time to get your survival kits ready. Today marks the first day of hurricane season.
And as we just showed you, hurricane activity started early this year, so we want to make sure you're prepared for any possible storms.
And Michelle Choi is live this morning in Galveston. And Michelle, this hurricane season starts at a time when many families are already facing some rough times.
Yeah, unfortunately, the timing isn't good with soaring inflation and supply chain problems, whether you live here on the island or back in town in Houston. The hurricane season this year is definitely going to be a lot more challenging when it comes to getting prepared. Now, take a look. First, experts say be prepared to pay more when it comes to your hurricane supplies, including plywood and hurricane kit items like flashlights and batteries. And if you want to make upgrades to your home, buying hurricane impact windows or installing a new roof, they say don't wait because supply chain issues could delay delivery time. They also advise come up with a game plan when it comes to securing hard to find items like baby formula. And with gas prices climbing, they say during hurricane season, don't let your car get below half a tank. This way your wallet won't take such a big hit and it'll be easier to fill up when a storm is approaching. But yeah, the big takeaway when it comes to prepping this year, really experts say comes to timing and doing things early and to buy those supplies sooner than later. Sheeta?
Isn't that the truth? And really now is the time to prepare. So thank you, Michelle. Now, so many people are moving here every year. A good chunk of Houstonians are going through hurricane season for the first time. I'm breaking down how patterns and dust could impact hurricane season. As we look into how hurricanes form, we need to first look at the global forces that can determine whether we'll see a busy or quiet hurricane season. We're talking about 3 ocean patterns that can each act as an on or off switch that can help create or kill a brewing storm. First, the El Nino Southern Oscillations 2 phases, El Nino and La Nina. Both of these affect sea surface temperatures in the Pacific Ocean, which then alters wind strength blowing into the Atlantic. During El Nino years, the sea surface temperatures near the equator are generally warmer than average. That creates stronger winds in the Atlantic, which can then shear the tops of hurricanes, making it harder for them to form and strengthen. On the other hand, during La Nina years, the water is cooler, which means lighter winds, allowing hurricanes to grow stronger. Next, we head to the North Atlantic Oscillation. This is a weather phenomenon that controls the strength and direction of westerly winds. At play, here is the low atmospheric pressure near Iceland and the high pressure near the Azores Islands. When the difference between them is lower than average, the winds are weaker, meaning hurricanes are more likely to form. When the 2 pressure systems are more intense than average, wind conditions increase, making it harder for hurricanes to form. Now let's head further south and look at the Atlantic meridional mode, which determines sea surface temperatures, either warmer or cooler than average. When the area north of the equator is warmer than average, that gives hurricanes the energy they need to grow and intensify. When the same area is cooler, hurricanes are less likely to form. So bottom line, hurricanes love warm water to give them energy and light winds that won't interfere with their development. So when these 3 patterns work together to give them those conditions, we can expect a busy hurricane season. But cooler water in the Atlantic and strong winds lead to weaker storms and a quiet season. And we are forecasting above average storms. So looking at those sea surface temperatures, notice we are trending slightly higher than average, about 3 to 5 degrees warmer in the Gulf and then even across the Atlantic as well. So you can see how that 3 to 5 degree increase. Now the wind shear though, so the winds that kind of shears the tops of those thunderstorms off when storms do try to develop, the winds are fairly strong in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So typically this time of the year, the chances are fairly low and the development exactly like what we're tracking right now typically happens from the Gulf into the Western Atlantic. And then as we head into August and September, that's especially when we start to see these waves off the coast of Africa and they generate across the Atlantic. Now we are watching 2 waves basically right now, or 2 potential areas of development. I'll break that down, and the cold front, Jen, that you see here locally coming up in about 10 minutes.